Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe right here to Watchbox Reviews on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd be able to show watches like this straight to your inbox on a daily basis as soon as tomorrow morning. You can also buy this watch, buy, trade, and sell luxury watches 24 hours a day on thewatchbox.com. So the timepiece on my wrist is a sensational métier d'art on multiple levels. This is the 2012 model year 1 of 50 Jaeger-LeCoultre Grande Reverso ultra thin skeleton blue enamel. That's a mouthful, but this watch deserves it. This is a dimensional identical twin to the Tribute to 1931, which means it is exceptionally slim at only 7.3 millimeters thick in white gold, and from lug to lug a reasonable 46.5 millimeters. The watch is 27.5 millimeters wide, not including the crown, and it has a 20 millimeter lug spacing should you wish to replace the strap and accessorize. So this is effectively an ultra thin watch, a full millimeter thinner than an Audemars Piguet 15202 extra thin. This is a truly flat watch, and it wears a treat. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, I would say you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. The only limit on going smaller would be the fact that this is a very flat watch, and it does tend to flare out over a wrist that's a borderline to wear it. So stick to that size and you'll be just fine. The timepiece features a wonderful coherence about it because, like just about all Reversos, the lugs are drilled high and close to the case, meaning it is fully integrated. There is no daylight visible between case and strap, so the look is all of a piece, and yet there's no constraint in the movement of the strap. You can pull it straight down around a smaller wrist. It is a burly strap, however. You can see thickly bolstered with a monotone stitch, a folded edge that actually shows the folded layers of the strap. It's a large rectangular scale alligator leather in black with a matte finish, and on the underside calfskin, a Jaeger-LeCoultre factory strap, and a Jaeger-LeCoultre factory white gold buckle. I should mention that JLC, like Patek Philippe since 2006 and Rolex, uses gray gold. It's a white gold that is homogeneous, so it's white metal straight through. If it gets scratched or scuffed, just more white gold shows through. There's no yellow, milky pseudo-white gold underneath a rhodium plating. This never needs to be plated, and it's white metal straight through. 18 karat gray gold is the way to go in the industry if you're not pinching pennies. The timepiece has a wonderfully Art Deco inspired form. This could be straight out of Fritz Lang's Metropolis. Conical ends contrast dramatically with their rounded cone shape in juxtaposition to the rectilinear geometries of the watch when viewed from head-on. It's a Brancard-like board across the back, and you'll note that there's a wonderful tension between the vertical sweep of the case and the linear triple slash of the guidron across the top and the bottom. And we're going to give ourselves a bit more light here because we're closer and we want to see these details as well as the true colors and tones. You can see all of high polish and it suits the watch well. You want to see finish? Well, there's more. The chassis is finished with a tight and even engine-turned perlage across its base, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the dial, and I'm going to get as close as I can here. The dial is essentially inseparable from the Jaeger-LeCoultre ultra-thin manual wind caliber 849 RSQ. The movement is 1.85 millimeters thick, and it's descended from the great ultra-thin calibers developed by Jaeger-LeCoultre for Audemars Piguet and Vacheron Constantin during the first half of the 1950s. What this one adds outboard is a fully engraved and enameled hour track. So you get both engraving and enamel, the two of them, in tandem. And thanks to a translucence about the blue enamel that's used, it's actually a flinqué style in which there's engraving or guilloche below a lacquer or enamel top coat. Absolutely spectacular. The 19 joule, 36-hour power reserve manual wind caliber has been both hand skeletonized to evacuate all bridge and plate not necessary, and then freehand engraved so that everything features not so much an Art Deco form, but more of an Art Nouveau type form across the flowery flourishings of the bridges and the plates. Note that the mainspring barrel has been left open and that the spokes of the barrel lid have been engraved with the Jaeger-LeCoultre back-to-back JL logo, the Jaeger-LeCoultre logo, beautifully blazoned in the barrel itself. Now, beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, you can see on the case back, the movement features a black polished swan's neck fine adjustment, and you'll note the screws are all kiln-fired heat oxidized blue, with the exception of a few used for assembly that are black polished on their heads. Absolutely sensational. This is like a snowflake made of metal, engineered to function. It is a work of art that is also a feat of engineering, and that is the ultimate achievement. You'll also note that unlike the dial side, the freehand engraving of the chapter ring on the caseback is laid bare, so you can see everything and admire both the depth and the density of the engraving that's used to create shapes and shades. This is one of 50 pieces made for the 2012 model year, and we're not in IWC land here, even though we're in the Richemont family, so you're going to get individual numbering on the caseback. As the watch notes, water resistant to 30 meters. Don't test the theory. There are better Jaeger-LeCoultre sports watches for that. This one is designed to look gorgeous, high and dry on your wrist. Take this watch home and please spare me the pain of looking at it any longer. I can't deal to be with this watch and not own it. A big blue watch, and well, as Elton says, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Make me blue and make this yours on our website.